Well, my mother is Christian, and so when I was younger, I would always go to church with her, and I kind of learned the basic principles of Christianity that way, and so I kind of had an idea of what it was ahead of time, but it wasn't really something that I had pursued.
I think I viewed it as just a lot of people, the way a lot of people view it is just a belief system people are grown into.
My family are all non-Christian, so I came here and I know, all of my friends are Christian. And it really is a tough choice. Like, I really want to know what God is. And it's kind of like decide, because I know there's only one truth, but it's like between family and friends, it means, only one of them can be right.
I learned about Christianity in multiple of ways, one of which being doing Bible study with people, another reading the Bible, and I think I just started to notice God in different ways in my life and recognizing Him and seeing how He shows Himself to me.
I really had kind of forgotten about it until my roommate Dave kind of got the idea back in my head, maybe.
So my roommate, Matt, he has lots of books around, and I always look around, and we have those kind of late night talks which last till 2 o'clock in the morning, basically just talking about what this Christian really means, and it's great.
Had a reason for why not to believe in Jesus and why not to believe in God, and finally it came down to it was just me constantly trying to not accept it rather than believing and just having faith in things. It was hard for me to grasp the concept of faith. I think God was always with me, but I didn't really want to recognize it before.
I still remember the day is October 9th, and I remember the night before that I was kneeling inside church. I said to God, this is so hard because it's one of the toughest decisions I ever need to make.
A good way to describe the feeling that was inside me. It was just something that was just there all of a sudden. Something a voice that I listened to.
Jesus has always been working in my life before I consider myself a Christian, and now that I do consider myself a Christian, it's just how I've started to recognize that's been the difference.
It's good to notice how weak sometimes I am and how much I need God's help, and it's great that I can really figure out how do I remain in this relationship with God in a daily life, and rather than just oh, I really need Him whenever I'm in my lowest point, but it's more daily life stuff.
I find myself turning to God in times of need and in times of not need, if that's a way to describe it. Just turning to God more and asking for guidance and everything from just making the right choice to figuring it all out.